This is our last vlog for India. When you travel the world for a year, you see and experience so much, and we want to share our daily travels with you. Unfortunately, a hard drive failure means we have to tell the middle a little bit differently. So, welcome to Storytime with the Happy Hoppies in this edition of the Lost Episodes. So at the beginning of our time in India, we were really not enjoying India. We had black snot coming out of our nose because of the pollution. We were breathing in the smell of dead bodies being burnt. And
sore throats.
We had sore throats, and it overwhelmed our senses with the noise, the constant music of India from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. honking, and we were just like, wah!
And a dirty toilet or a dirty bathroom.
Right, but after all of that, we actually really grew to love India. It kind of started that we were in Jaipur, and then a little bit more in Mumbai, and then by the time we got to Calcutta, we were so bummed that we had already booked our flight out of India because it was just amazing. And in Calcutta, we really started to enjoy the culture a lot more. We loved the food. The hotel that we were at just made us kind of feel a little bit like family. It was awesome. And yeah, so we had a long day of exploring Calcutta, but I did want to throw that tidbit in there that we were actually at this point kind of sad to leave India. We only stayed 12 days when with our visa we could have stayed up to 60. So we'll have to go back.
Another trip. Go back and explore the southern part of India, where a lot of people that have lived there that we've talked to have said is the best part, and we didn't explore that at all. So
yeah, I mean, we definitely want to take another India trip. So if you know of other cities that we definitely should check out and like places to go and see, like please leave that in the comments, because we do plan at some point to go back to India.
All right, so for this day, exploring Calcutta, we started off then taking an Uber from our hotel up to St. Paul's Cathedral and got out, took a few pictures. It was Sunday, so I think there was actually a service going on at the time. And then on the other side of the church, they had a bunch of chairs set up. And so we were talking to somebody about it. They were actually gonna have a gospel event and concert later that evening. And so that was really cool. They were like setting up and getting everything ready for that. We kind of enjoyed hanging out a little bit there for a few minutes.
So as they were setting up, we did talk with this one lady, and she spoke really good English, and she was setting up a little table for Operation Christmas Child. You know, those shoe boxes that Samaritan Purse sends out each year. And you know, a lot of churches in like the States, like they'll get a bunch and send them to countries, and some of those probably end up in India. But it was so cool to see that this church in India, then they're doing the same thing and just then giving them to people in their country or even other countries. So it was really cool to see that and just have like a more global perspective.
Then we went on to this little garden area that was like super nice, and then got over to the Victoria Memorial, which is like right there next to the cathedral. And that was really cool because there was people all over the place just picnicking, hanging out together as a family, just having a good time on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, the gardening area was absolutely amazing. Like the landscaping, and it was just so fun just to people watch there. It was fun to see the families just hanging out.
And when you get out from like the main entrance on the front there of the Victoria Memorial, there's like a bunch of taxi cabs just waiting. And the cool thing is they're not like the brand new taxi cabs. They're kind of retro, like early 1900s era looking. Well, mid 1900s, I guess. Early 1900s wasn't anything, but anyway, like the early vehicles, it was like really cool. Lots of yellow cabs. And then down the street a little ways were a bunch of carriages that were all decorated and painted these cool different colors, and there was like Cinderella's carriage and all kinds of fun stuff, and the horses. Anyway, so we went over there and I was taking a few pictures of the carriages, and then a bunch of girls grabbed Lisa to take selfies with her.
And so that was really fun, and we actually have that one. Peter, he was getting some pictures of me with like the large group. Then they started taking like individual ones with me, and that was super fun. If you are watching this video and if you happen to have one of those selfies, please send them to me. I would love to see it.
And then while Lisa was getting this individual selfies with the girls, I was like, hey, might as well just check with these guys. I got nothing else to do. I'll check with these guys and how much they're charging for a ride, because hey, it'd be kind of fun to ride in a little horse-drawn carriage. So I asked them, and they said it was like, from what I understood, it was like $4 or something, the equivalent of $4. And so I showed him the currency that I was understanding he was saying, said, okay, this much, held it up, and he said, yeah. And so after Lisa finished with selfies, I was like, hey, let's go ahead and take a carriage ride, and it's this much.
Yeah, and so I am highly allergic to horses, and so that's why I wasn't like really wanting to do it, but Peter loves horses. And then when he said the price it was, I was like, okay, if that's as much as it is, like, all right, I guess we can do it.
Well, it's just a cool carriage ride. It's something different to do.
Yeah, so Peter was super excited for that. I was like, all right, we can do it. I should be fine for a couple minutes around the block.
We hop in, we do a little ride on the block, get back, and get down, and then the driver's like, okay, it's this much. And he named the price all of a sudden as 10 times what he had said before, or that I thought he had said, and that I had held out. And I'm like, no, it's this much. And I'm like, handing him the money. He's like, no, it's this much.
And he wasn't wanting to take the money.
He didn't want to take that because he knew that would be like accepting it. He was like, no, it's a lot more than that. And I'm like, no, I'm giving you this. This is what we agreed on. I wouldn't have gotten in the carriage if I knew it was that expensive. Right.
And so by this point, we're starting to draw a little bit of a crowd. Other people are kind of coming over to maybe like help translate. So we realized like this is going to escalate pretty fast here. Peter had showed him the amount of money it was before. He said yes, we got in. So anyway, so Peter just handed him that money, made him take it, and then...
So I actually just put it on...
Oh, that's right.
I just put it on the seat next to him because he wasn't actually taking it. So I just like, here it is, we're leaving, this is what we agreed to. So we put it on the bench next to him and then just took off. We just walked away and walked down the road a little ways until we were kind of out of range a little bit, and then hired another Uber to pick us up and then took off to the next place.
We felt pretty terrible because I understand like that's how they make a living, but at the same time like he accepted that price, and so it was a little bad, and like we
seemed a little bit scammy, but you know, maybe it's just miscommunication.
It could have been. Maybe he thought you had another bill hiding.
I don't know. Anyways. So we went on from there. And let's see, where did we end up going? So from there, we just kind of wandered around a couple different areas. We were looking at a couple different buildings. I think we actually went to this palace, which I couldn't actually get in to see. So I took a picture through like a gate somewhere. But in the process of that, we saw like a really cool little decoration. It was like a fountain coming from a landscaped hand or something in the middle of this roundabout. And then just taking pictures of the cool cars and trucks, you know, all those colorful fronts that Lisa was talking about and decorations. And then just kind of wandering around the streets there. It was really fun. And then on one of the streets, we found these two boys that were on their bicycles and just doing all these fun tricks and having a great time.
Yeah, they were so good and so talented. And I got such great video of them. Unfortunately, I don't have them. I was gonna try and make them famous on YouTube because they were amazing. this is a street that cars come by, and there's a couple of cars that come by, but the amazing thing is like, Calcutta, yeah, it's a big city, but it totally felt like so much more relaxed compared to like New Delhi or Mumbai. And so it was so nice. Like it just felt so much more like family oriented and just like a lot more chill. Still really hectic and loud because it's India, but comparatively a chill city.
And maybe part of that had to do with the fact that it was a Sunday afternoon. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of a weekday.
Right.
But yeah, it was very relaxing. So then from there we like walked down to the waterfront somewhere nearby and kind of walked across some train tracks down to the water and took some pictures of some guys with some boats and some trash down there. But it was just kind of chill, just again being by the water. Just love being by the water.
Yeah.
Then we walked back across the tracks. And
there we did see some poverty. And so in Mumbai we saw like the largest like concentrated slum, but then in Calcutta like there is still a lot of poverty there, and so that is disheartening to see.
So then we got, I think, another Uber over to this other section of town where there's kind of a night market going on, and so we kind of wandered around there. This mosque that was all lit up and decorated, and it was just a cool looking building. So I was kind of looking like I might go in to take pictures, but wasn't sure if it was okay. And so somebody that was standing outside waved me on in. He was like, yeah, come on in, take pictures, do what you want. So it was just very friendly. So I went in, took a few pictures, came back out. We kind of walked around and explored for a little bit, and then hopped in another cab or another Uber back to St. Paul's Cathedral to check out the concert and gospel presentation that was going on there.
And that was so cool to see. Some of the worship songs that they were singing, I actually knew just because of the tune. I didn't know the words they were singing, but I knew what the song was. And so then we were able to like sing along in English, and that was just like so fun.
Just really cool to see that outreach going on there.
It doesn't matter where I've been. This love isn't based on what I've done. Jesus, let your love take over me. Till the life runs out, I will sing with all of my heart.
And so then the next day, we had a work day, much needed work day, but we did want to take an afternoon break, and so we did around lunchtime.
So around lunchtime we took off and got another Uber up to the Mother Teresa house where she had kind of operated out of when she was working in Calcutta. And so that's where her tomb actually is. They have a little memorial there. You can kind of peek your head in and see the room where she had kind of stayed when she was up there. And anyway, so it was interesting to go up there and check that out. Yeah,
Calcutta is where Mother Teresa spent much of her life dedicated to serving and helping the people there. And so it was cool to see, how just one person can make such an impact, and it's cool to see that some of that ministry is still going even though she is gone. Then we went back to our hotel, and like we talked about in the last video, we absolutely loved the food at our hotel. It was so good. They would come around at each mealtime and they would give you like coconut curry and a slop. They had like this big like slop bucket, and they would give you like this scoop, and then if you were almost done with it because like you were full, they would come around and like give you more, and you're like, no, I don't need any more. And so then they also had like this other dipping sauce. At every meal you had at least those two things that you use for dipping. And
depending on what you ordered though.
Yeah, the naan bread was just amazing.
And then they had these popsicles, and so when we got back, I think Lisa really wanted a popsicle, so we tried a couple different popsicles.
Yeah,
it was like homemade popsicles they were making every day.
Yeah, I mean, just incredible. We were so thankful to be at that hotel, because otherwise I don't think we would have found this restaurant. And this restaurant is very well known in the area. People come there for lunch, and it's awesome. Like, yeah, I would go back there just to eat food. I would just stay in the hotel and just eat food because it is that good. But I guess if you want to eat more food, it's better to go walk so you're actually hungry.
So after getting a little popsicle break and enjoying all the food, did a little more work that day. And then the next morning, we head out to the next country of Thailand.
Yes! So Thailand is actually our last country of lost footage. And then we'll get back to the regular vlogs back in Malaysia. Definitely stay tuned for Thailand, and we'll see you in the next video. See ya! And then the next morning, we really just had a chill day. We definitely got some work done.
Saying we got a chill day. It's a work day.
Yeah. Chill.
People think we just chilled the entire time.
Chill.
We were working and then traveling.
Yeah.
One of the things that was pretty unique in India was the Indian head nod or shake. Whatever it was. It wasn't this, and it wasn't this. It's this.
I really can't make my neck kind of go that way, but yeah, everything yes or no is yes, no. Like, I don't see a difference. So yeah, actually, ow, that hurts my neck. I don't know how they do that.
That's okay.
No.
Is the food good? Should I go this way?
Yes.
How's this hotel?